Hey, I hope you weren't too frustrated with the work that you were doing. You showed me some good stuff, but what I saw was there were some small mistakes. One thing that I saw is that you needed to reduce. Another thing that I saw that there was actually a miscopy on the last problem, and I think I have all the problems here recorded. So I'm just going to do it out, talk it out. You can take a look and you'll see your mistakes. So the first two, what I saw was reducing. So I'm going to go ahead and look at this guy. You were correct in your common denominator being 30 for both of these. And your new numerator, 6 goes into 35 times. 5 times 1 is 5. So this is that. And then 15 goes into 32 times. 2 times 7 is 14. So you have that. Since I like to start with the fractions first, since I can subtract the fraction, I'm pretty much in good shape. 14 minus 5 is 9 over 30. I know I'm not telling you anything new. 5 minus 3 is 2. This is going to reduce. 9 and 30 both have a common factor of 3. So you're going to divide 3 out of the numerator. That's the top part of your fraction. And you're going to divide 3 out of the bottom part. So now your answer reads 2 and 3/10, right? So that's what they want to see. When you put it in, they're not going to tell you what's wrong with it. They're just going to say not right. But it's not that it was wrong. It just probably said in the directions simplest form. Let's look at this next guy. Again, your common denominator will be 30, and you had that right. I know I'm not telling you anything new. 10 goes into 33 times, so your numerator here is 3. This fraction is now 1 and 30, or this mixed number is 1 and 3 over 30. 15 goes into 32 times. 2 times 4 is 8. And I have an 8 here. Since I'm subtracting, this is going to be a 7. I really should do the fractions first, but I noticed the fraction was fine. 8 minus 3 is 5 over 30. And they said this was wrong, but it's not wrong. It's just not simplified enough. So the answer is correct, but your form was not the one that they asked for. So what does this fraction need to be? I'm going to wait for you. Divide the top and bottom by 5. We get a 1 up here and a 6 down here. So these are the two answers that you had. However, the form just wasn't what they asked for. And let's look at this final one. I think this was a miscopy. I think you copied a 1 here when I looked at your work. I'm going to work it out anyway. The common denominator is 24. You had that, I remember. 8 goes into 24 3 times. 3 times 5 is 15. And I think you had a 1 here, so it became 3 times 1. So there's going to be a little bit more work involved, but let's check it out. So 12 goes into 24. 2 times 2 times 7 is 14. And then we have this 5 and 2. Now the problem here is that I can't subtract 15 from 14. So I have to do some interesting stuff. So I'm going to kind of come over here and kind of write this a little bit neater because I think this is looking sloppy. So 5 and 14 over 24. From that, I cannot easily take away 15 over 24. So I have some choices. Real talk, I could go mixed number route, improper fraction, take 24 times 5, add that to 14. I find those numbers big and difficult to deal with. You could do that, change them both into improper fractions, and then subtract and then turn them back into mixed numbers. You get what I'm saying? Here's the other way. This is the whole pizza story I was saying. If you need slices of pizza and blah, 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 just walk with me through it. Humor me, because I feel like it'll save you some time. So you understand what I'm talking about when I say just multiply these two, add this. You're going to get a top-heavy fraction over another top-heavy fraction. You'll subtract it, and then you'll do the work. It's just a lot of places to mess up, so that's why I don't really like it or recommend it all the time, particularly when you have large numbers. So here's the deal. This is what I would do. I would look at this and call this 4 and 24 over 24. 5 is really 4 and 24 over 24 because 24 over 24 is 1, right? So that's 4 and 1, and then the other fraction, 14 over 24. I know, we get into it in a second. I know you don't like it. Just promise me you'll look at it. 15 over 24 stays here. That's the same thing. Watch what I'm doing. I am borrowing from the whole number to make this fraction, beef up this fraction large enough to do the subtraction. So when I add 24 24ths plus 14 24ths, I'm fit to get 38 over, oh snappables, 38 over 24. I'm going to erase that, not because it's wrong. Give me 2 seconds real quick. I forgot to write my 4. So this is 4, the whole number 4. That guy. I'm adding these two up. That's my borrowing situation. Some books call it regrouping. I don't know if you care about that. And then I have this, right? Okay, cool. So now I can subtract because my fraction's big enough. So that's the whole slice and nobody cares. All right, so 38 minus 15 is going to give me, what's that going to give me? 23 over 24, and then 4 minus 2 is going to give me 2. Do you want to see the longer way, the way that I was mentioning where you make it an improper fraction? I just don't want to do it because it's long. If you want me to, I will, but I don't think you want me to. I'm going to say we're done. I'm going to send this to you. I love you. Talk to you later.